Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. With Fatalis being released later this week, I thought I'd put together a few longsword counter builds to help you be better prepared for the fight. Iceborne is my first Monster Hunter game, but from what I've seen, longsword seems like one of the best matchups since he's long but also low to the ground. The builds I made up take into account the unknown that Fatalis might have, because if we've learned anything from alatreon, it's to expect the unexpected. I've heard that Fatalis is the weakest of the black dragons, but that doesn't mean that the fight will be easy. But since he's also a black dragon like alatreon, if element ends up being crucial to the fight, you're going to want to bring dragon and fire weapons to the fight if you need to prevent a possible one-hit attack like a Skitten Judgment. The first build is the elemental focused build to counter Fatalis if need be. We use full-piece Safi'jiiva paired with the Wyvern Bane's charm. Our weapon of choice is Altron's Dark Claw Demise. This is currently the best dragon longsword we currently have. It even outdamages the Kulvtaroth updated dragon longsword with critical element that also provides 2 level 2 decoration slots with purple sharpness. The sword reaches 1040 dragon element on the build and reaches 50% affinity needed to reach 100% affinity with weakness exploits on softened spots, which allows us to augment the sword for attack and health regeneration. I personally went with Resentment for additional raw, but if the Fatalis fights similar to alatreon and deals a lot of blights, then feel free to change it for Coalescence. Resentment is just a lot more consistent with little effort to activate, but since the Safi'jiiva armor comes with blight resistance, it makes activating Coalescence a little easier, but I personally don't like it. The next build is the standard for what is primarily used for raw damage when it comes to longsword builds. The Safi'jiiva Shatterblade as our weapon of choice with 3-piece Ostra for Master's Touch with 2-piece Brachydios. However, instead of running peak performance, I went for maxing out blast damage, since keeping peak active especially against a black dragon isn't going to be easy, and I'm sure even through Force 8 Fatalis attacks with have chip damage. The update is going to bring with it the Tenderizing update, where if you run the Tenderizing decoration you can soften parts even with light-hitting weapons, so you can switch the blast decoration for that. However, since you're still going to have to farm for the decoration, this will be the staple build for pure attack, if element doesn't wind up being necessary for the fight. And there you guys have it. Just a few longsword builds to prepare you for the release of Fatalis later this week. Regardless of how the fight is intended to be played, either like alatreon with elemental weapons or a standard hunt where using raw attack stats will be enough, you'll know just what to expect and be ready for it. But if you made it this far, I would like to thank you for watching, wish you all luck with Fatalis because we're all going to need it, and to remember to stay classy hunters and to always hunt with style.
Keeping it real, yeah, life gets tough, shit is getting real.